first activity that we were involved in was building our rockets, which we will launch the day before our shuttle mission. Building rockets helps you to better understand the principles of rocket propulsion, staging, and aerodynamic characteristics.
Drip, so I just painted the whole thing.
Man,
Here. Never mind, I don't want the silver. Here, you can have the silver. No, don't worry about it.
shoot, it won't show up. Isn't that cool? Silver down here, I can borrow.
I'm gonna name mine the nasty rocket.
Here, give me some of that nasty gold. No, who's gonna name you? I would check it out. It's mixing with the black. I need the white. Just don't spray it on mine.
Prepare for the launch of the
Yeah, you guys is the white. You're gonna get it first. I need it. Blowing this way. Not white. Here, take it. This is white.
I mean, what's the point? White.
At the launch site near Space Camp, team members are getting ready to launch their model rockets, complete with Cricket passengers. These two-stage rockets, which use solid fuel engines, can soar 1,000 feet into the air before their parachutes pop out and the payload flutters softly back to Earth. Although most rockets make it, some do not. Well, better luck next time.
3, 2, 1. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Drop 7.
You're oblivious. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Angel-matic.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So cool.
Pretty.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There you go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Burn it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fight! Mr. Burnout. Number 7. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8, 9. Hey!
Way to go.
Hey, Bill. What about it?
No, you didn't.
The parachute didn't work.
Okay.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. Did you keep it on the same route? It worked. Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You have cleared the tower, big time.
Oh, yeah!
We can't, don't go get it.
5, 4, hey, run, help me out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And you have cleared the tower. You know me? Now come down.
I did 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There's yours, Melissa. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Training begins with the sampling of high-tech hardware which is used in training for the actual mission. Here we could experience the thrill of lunar exploration in the microgravity training chair. Astronauts in the Apollo programs use similar equipment to practice walking on the moon, where a person weighs only 1/6 of what he weighs on Earth. This can present a problem to an astronaut working in a bulky spacesuit. The microgravity training chair uses springs and weights to offset 83% of a person's weight, so he feels like he is walking on the moon. Up and down are terms with little meaning when working in a weightless environment. Trainees use the 5 Degrees of Freedom training simulator to experience the freedom of movement that astronauts experience in space. This simulator was used by astronauts to practice for spacewalks. It floats above the floor on air bearings, giving the trainees freedom to move in several directions. He can work right side up or upside down.
can try those peas?
We can't open them yet. We gotta wait for our ice cream. This is peaches. Ice cream.
Is this as good as Mom's cooking?
Never.
One of the most important aspects of spaceflight is the life support system that makes it possible for astronauts to work and live in the hostile airless environment of space. Here we try on an early pressure suit to see how heavy and bulky those suits are in Earth gravity. All of the early spacesuits were custom fitted, many needing more than 70 measurements before the suit could be manufactured. The Space Shuttle suit of today has many improvements over the previous models. It was designed with many interchangeable parts that can be assembled for each mission in the proper combinations to suit individual astronauts. Therefore, one suit can be used extensively and on many different missions. We went to the swimming pool at the University of Alabama in Huntsville. Here we experienced simulated weightlessness and practiced astronaut recovery training, which was used to recover early astronauts from the ocean after splashdown. During this training, campers are learning the value of teamwork. Team members must swim to the raft and get in without turning it over, then paddle over to the birdcage and climb in, thus completing their recovery simulation. It is finally time for the mission. We have practiced our assignments and are ready for the countdown. The simulated mission allows us to demonstrate our understanding of a space shuttle mission. We will be graded on how well we perform the mission, which consists of all the pre-mission training which we have been involved in during the week.
Mine is 10 seconds. 8, 7, main engine start. 3, 2, 1. Booster ignition. Liftoff. Columbia, you have cleared the tower.
Roger, starting roll program. APU general normal. Roll program complete.
It's certainly my pleasure to welcome parents to Space Camp graduation. This is the day that we return to you, your youngster. We promised to do that shortly after graduation. And we're probably not going to be responsible for everything that your youngster might do differently. I think you'll find that he or she will have a little different vocabulary, certainly for the next hour or two, maybe somewhat excited about the future of space travel, and we hope we'll carry that spirit right on home.
Almost before you know it, the week has come to an end, and it's time for graduation. Lots of people have come from across the country to see us graduate and receive our certificates and wings. Then comes the awards presentation.
Why would one have a space camp? I like to just briefly comment on that situation. I used to work for a man named Warner Von Braun, who was the founder of America's space program and certainly the father of the moon landing. And he believed that the youth of America was a very valuable resource. And his concern was that we must prepare for the next generation of space travel. And to do that, we must have a bright, challenging young group of people coming up to meet the requirements of our next effort. To you young people, I hope you've had a good experience this week, and you will take much of what you've learned back to your hometown. And we won't be upset at all if you register for an extra science or math course next year. We will be, in fact, very pleased if you do that. We're going to look forward to having you back. And as far as the future goes, I'm convinced that one of our graduates will be flying that spaceship in the future, commanding the space shuttle, manning the space station, and certainly having the opportunity to walk on the planet Mars. Things are going to be exciting for you, and we certainly hope you had a real top-notch experience in Space Camp this week. So to you families and young people, good luck. Have a safe trip home, and I hope to see you in space. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Nichi Chen. I was the team leader for Mars. Matthew Jones from Lakeland, Tennessee was the commander. Jay Reinigold from Lakeland, Tennessee was the pilot. Joel Kagi from Marietta, Georgia was the payload specialist too. James Larry from Amarillo, Texas was the principal investigator. John Wagner from Amarillo, Texas was the mission specialist 1. Mike McCabe from South Haven, Mississippi was the mission specialist 2. Thomas Perry from Forsyth, Georgia was the flight director. Bill Stell from Newcastle, Delaware was the tracking officer. Eric Van Allen from Medicine Lodge, Kansas was the launch and landing director. Wendy Carson from New Caney, Texas was the orbiter systems officer. Christy Carson from New Caney, Texas was the payload specialist number 1. Melissa Potts from Rockford, Illinois was the mission specialist, the Mars team.
I'm John Graham, a Space Camp wing commander. Each week it is my pleasure to present to you 4 outstanding individual teams and 3 outstanding individual space campers. The team awards are for best teamwork, best large space structure, best rocket launch, and best mission. The 3 individual awards are given for having the right stuff. And 2 of them are called the Right Stuff Award, 1 of them called Outstanding Camper. First, the team awards. In the judgment of the staff and management of Space Camp, the team this week that showed the most spirit and the most teamwork was the Morton Thiokol team. You guys come forward. Tony Venable is the Morton Thiokol team leader. We judge this award on our series of space-related recreational activities. This week that was kite flying. Also on how helpful they've been to team leader Tony through the week and to other members of the staff. The Teamwork Award, Morton Thiokol. And now for the Right Stuff Awards and the Outstanding Camper Award. We like to think that every child you have sent us this week, all of our trainees are bright and creative youngsters, that they ask intelligent, thoughtful questions, they're courteous, they have leadership abilities, and they're a lot of fun to be around, and most of them are. And we thank you for sending them. But 3 in particular we have chosen to recognize. The recipient of the first Right Stuff Award for this week at Space Camp is Alana Franklin from the Uranus team. And right there she is. Alana from Morrisonville, Illinois was Mission Specialist 1. Chico Perryman was our team leader. Of Alana, he wrote, "She was willing to put forth that extra effort to promote teamwork. She always had something positive to say. She's eager to learn, and not to mention she's a hard worker." Alana Franklin. The second Right Stuff Award winner for this week at Space Camp is Christina Millhouse from the Martin Marietta team. Christina is from Visalia, California. She was pilot on her space shuttle mission. Here she comes running as hard as she possibly can. Susan Reichert was the team leader and says, "Christina has been a great leader throughout the week. She's always trying to keep everyone's spirits lifted." And in nominating her, Susan said, "Her performance as pilot was one of the best I've ever seen." Christina Millhouse, the Right Stuff Award winner. And now the Outstanding Camper for this week at Space Camp. And I might add before we announce this one that this young woman has received more votes for this award than any other Outstanding Camper Award winner this year at Space Camp. And that says something in and of itself. She is Jessica Dunn from Martinsville, Indiana, from the Mercury team. Jessica Dunn. Janae Coleman, her team leader, says Jessica was the commander of our mission, but she does not consider herself as an individual, but as an equal member of the team. Jessica Dunn from the Mercury team. Thank you.
Final closing remarks. Let me say to the parents, the relatives, and friends you've invested in your child's education, thank you for your participation. I hope that you have a safe journey home, and this concludes our graduation ceremony for this afternoon. Before you leave, we have a decampment procedure. Any of the parents that are taking their son or daughter out from camp, we ask you to meet the counselor and also sign a form for the decampment. Thank you, and have a safe journey.
Space Camp isn't really over for us. We'll keep in touch with team members, and we can join the U.S. Space Club to keep current in space studies. Ahead is Space Academy Level 1 when we're old enough. Remember now, work hard in school and take all the math and science courses available to you. Tell your friends about Space Camp, and above all, set high goals. Wouldn't it be great if you or a member of your team was the first American to walk on Mars?
Welcome to the United States Space Camp. where the space-flying generation of the 21st century starts its journey of exploration.
Four, three, two, one. We have ignition and liftoff.
Young people are on the verge of a new and exciting era of space exploration. America's new space station will create new technology, new careers, and new opportunities for decades to come. Space Camp programs introduce young people to the many facets of the space program, using each young person's enthusiasm for space exploration to inspire that boy or girl to study math, science, or high technology. The 17,000 trainees who participate in Space Camp this year bring the 7-year total number of persons trained to more than 40,000. Trainees come from all 50 states and from virtually every corner of the globe. U.S. Space Camp and U.S. Space Academy offer programs for 4th graders through adults.
Space Camp starts in the 4th grade with an introduction to space exploration. Youngsters participate in a variety of astronaut training activities during each 5-day program at the Space and Rocket Center in Huntsville, Alabama, from February through early September. In Florida, youngsters can choose the 5-day program or a 3-day program. U.S. Space Camp in Florida is co-sponsored by America's original Mercury astronauts and their Mercury 7 Foundation, which has as its goal improving the quality of technical education in the United States.
This is first class. If it helps train, if it helps entice, if it helps encourage, if it helps motivate people to involved in technology, space technology, then obviously our country is going to be much better because of it.
Space Academy Level 1 is also a 5-day program designed to provide a more realistic training experience for young people as they begin to consider career options. Sessions begin in February and continue through early September. High school-aged young people can earn college credit from Space Academy Level 2, a 10-day intensive training program. This is Space Academy's first college-accredited program. Sessions begin in March and continue through early December. And Space Camp offers 3 programs for adults. Teaching the Future. Teacher Space Orientation is a 5-day program for professional educators who want to bring the excitement of space exploration into their classrooms. The Adult Space Academy offers a pair of 3-day programs for space enthusiasts from 19 years old and up who want to experience the excitement of simulated space missions and astronaut training activities. Basic and advanced adult programs are offered from September into December. Information about all Space Camp programs is available by calling toll-free 1-800-63-SPACE or by writing to U.S. Space Camp, 1 Tranquility Base, Huntsville, Alabama, 35807.
The Space Camp adventure begins at registration. Meeting your new team members, trying on the regulation Space Camp flight suit, and moving into the Space Camp dormitory. Space Camp trainees experience a variety of astronaut training simulators, including the 5 Degrees of Freedom training simulator known as the 5DF, a spacewalk training tool from the early Gemini program. Building model rockets gives trainees a hands-on introduction to the principles of rocket propulsion, aerodynamics, and staging. They are launched from a nearby field. These rockets can fly more than 1,000 feet into the air. Most of the launches are successful, while others... Facilities at the Space and Rocket Center are used by trainees at Space Camp in Huntsville. Trainees tour Rocket Park and get a close-up look at Pathfinder, NASA's full-scale space shuttle orbiter mock-up. They use a remote manipulator arm, feel what it was like to train in an Apollo capsule, and learn about pioneers of space travel, from Mercury to the present. Trainees at Space Camp in Florida tour the Kennedy Space Center's Spaceport, USA, the Rocket Garden, and Exploration Station. They tour the Cape Canaveral Air Force Station, where America's first astronauts were launched into space. At Brevard Community College, they take a look into the heavens through the state's largest telescope and see a full dome feature in the planetarium. All trainees bounce across the training center in the microgravity training chair, an Apollo-era training device that uses springs to simulate the feel of walking on the moon. The educational experience includes guest speakers from NASA and a variety of aerospace contractors who share their special knowledge and insight with Space Camp trainees. Learning to live on the frontiers of space means adjusting to the special diet eaten by astronauts. Early astronauts often complained about the bland food they squeezed from toothpaste tubes during missions. Modern astronauts enjoy a varied diet, but the Space Camp astronaut meal sometimes gets mixed reviews. During tours of NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center, Space Camp trainees are introduced to research and development projects that are actually in progress, including the area where NASA scientists and engineers are developing America's permanent space station. Trainees at Space Camp in Florida concentrate on space shuttle operations, touring Kennedy Space Center facilities where the shuttle is assembled and made ready for launch. Space Camp trainees also get a taste of spacewalk training while working underwater. This trainee is trying to move a Skylab film canister, but without leverage, the trainee is moving and the canister's not, just like it would happen in space. A popular activity is the spacesuit try-on, when trainees learn about the special equipment astronauts must use to survive in the harsh environment of space. Tension builds as trainees prepare for the simulated space shuttle mission that is the culmination of Space Camp. They'll be called upon to use everything they learned during their week. Teams of 12 are divided into mission control and orbiter crews. Each trainee has a particular responsibility. The pilot and commander master the computer that guides the orbiter. Payload specialists learn experiments, while mission specialists practice a simulated spacewalk in the shuttle's payload bay. The week of preparation pays off as the pre-launch checklist ends.
Liquid hydrogen and oxygen loading is complete.
The countdown winds down.
3, 2, 1. Booster ignition. Liftoff.
And the mission begins. All Space Camp programs stress the importance of teamwork in the space program. And now team members mesh into a single unit, solving problems and working together to ensure a successful mission.
While Space Camp offers a general introduction to space science for youngsters, Space Academy Level 1 is a more in-depth introduction to certain aspects of astronaut training and space shuttle operations. The material presented to Space Academy trainees is more advanced and detailed. The multi-axis training simulator is similar to equipment used by the Mercury astronauts. Trainees may spin in 3 directions at the same time, but never more than twice in the same direction, so they don't get dizzy. The maneuvering pod floats on a column of compressed air, giving it the freedom to turn and roll at the trainee's command. Space Academy trainees working in a pool near Space Camp cope with simulated spacewalk conditions as they practice building a 3-sided pyramid. Tiny thrusters use compressed air to push the ground-mounted manned maneuvering unit across the floor. Trainees use hand controls to guide the unit, just as astronauts control NASA's manned maneuvering unit in space. Each 20-member Space Academy team participates in 2 mission simulations. 10 trainees are in mission control, 8 are in the space shuttle, and 2 are in space station. During the second mission, places are swapped. The Space Academy cockpit is a realistic reproduction of a space shuttle cockpit. Mounted on a hydraulic base, the cockpit responds to the hand controls used by the pilot and commander. 3 mission specialists are trained using spacewalk simulators. Trainees work on a tetrahedron, similar to those built on the space shuttle missions. Meanwhile, 3 payload specialists are working in the Space Lab module, performing a variety of experiments. The Space Lab hardware is from the module used to train astronauts for the Space Lab 1 mission. Station specialists also use equipment from astronaut training. These trainees will perform experiments before putting on spacesuits for a spacewalk activity. Each trainee in mission control has a specific task, whether as mission director, launch and landing director, weather and tracking officer, or principal investigator. The orbiter crew relies on mission control to spot and solve problems and to supply information needed for a successful mission. Space Academy Level 2 is the longest and most advanced Space Camp program, offering trainees a chance to earn 1 hour of college science credit from the University of Alabama in Huntsville. Trainees choose one of 3 fields of specialized training: aerospace for pilots and commanders, engineering for mission specialists, and science for payload specialists. Each 10-day session includes more than 100 hours of instruction, ranging from shuttle operations to orbital mechanics. All shuttle pilots and commanders are veteran jet pilots, so training in the aerospace track includes a pilot's ground school and training in an Air Force fighter training simulator. Aerospace and engineering trainees also visit either an Air National Guard flight line to see firsthand the workings of a high-performance jet facility or the Air Force's Arnold Engineering Development Center to see high-altitude and high-speed aircraft testing facilities. Engineering trainees also learn to use Space Academy's robotic arm and spacewalk harness during training for simulated spacewalk activities. Engineering and science trainees learn to scuba dive, and some trainees are selected for realistic neutral buoyancy spacewalk training, similar to training exercises used by NASA's astronauts. Science trainees learn a variety of advanced experiments in a space station module developed by NASA. All trainees learn operations in mission control, as well as water survival techniques. Trainees participate in 3 two-hour missions, which help them prepare for the Space Academy Level 2 Climax, a 24-hour space shuttle mission simulation, complete with spacewalks and the underwater astronaut trainer. In the 3-day Adult Space Academy program, equipment is used from Level 1 and Level 2 Space Academy. This material might not be difficult for pilots, engineers, and aerospace-trained personnel, but the broad range of subjects and activities brings a unique astronaut experience within the grasp of the general public and professionals alike.
Teachers who complete the 5-day Teacher Space Orientation earn 3 college or professional equivalency credits through the University of Alabama in Huntsville. Teachers attend classes taught by top specialists at UAH and go home with more than a dozen experiments and activities that they can use in their classrooms to make science and math lessons more exciting for their students.
All Space Camp programs end with graduation, a special recognition of what each trainee has accomplished.
I'm convinced that one of our graduates will be flying that spaceship in the future, commanding the space shuttle, manning the space station, and certainly having the opportunity to walk on the planet Mars.
The diploma and Space Camp wings that each trainee receives signify that he has joined a special fraternity of space exploration.
I just think it's the greatest because there's so much to do and it really makes you feel like you're an astronaut in training.
This is the space age, and this is where it all starts.
Plus, this is a chance of a lifetime to go here and see all the things.
For some, Space Camp is the realization of a dream. For others, it is only the beginning as they look ahead to their future among the stars.